Yo, what's up? It's your boy Mr. Locario. So in this one, I'm going to be talking about 4 reasons why you're unhappy. Alright, so people are unhappy for, a lot of different reasons, right? But, I wanted to talk about a few of these reasons in this video. Now, one of the reasons why people are unhappy is because they are trying to pursue happiness. So a lot of people have the wrong idea about happiness because they think that they need to pursue happiness. They think that they need to get somewhere and then they will be happy, right? So they think, okay, when I get more money, I'll be happy. When I get that car, I'm going to be happy. When I get that girl, I'm going to be happy. When I get that guy, I'm going to be happy. You think that you need to get from here to there in order to be happy. You're saying, well, I'm not happy now, but once I get to this level, once I get to this place, I'm going to be happy. But see, that just basically gets a person to realize that they are not happy once they get that stuff. Because once they get that stuff, they get that car, they get that money, they get that girl, they get that guy, whatever it is. For a moment, they feel good. But then after that, they start to not be happy anymore. And so the reason is that they basically tricked themselves into thinking that they were supposed to pursue happiness, right? But you can't pursue happiness because no matter what you get, you're still going to be unhappy because you're going to realize that getting those things aren't the thing that's going to make you happy, right? So the happiness basically comes from within. It's not about you getting stuff or pursuing things, right? So that's number one. People are trying to pursue happiness, right? Now, the second reason why people are unhappy is because they don't take responsibility for how they feel, right? They don't take responsibility for how they feel. So have you ever said that somebody made you feel a certain way? You made me angry. You made me upset. See, you're going to always be unhappy when you don't take responsibility for how you feel. Because what you have to understand is that nobody can make you feel a certain way. Every time you feel a certain way, it's because you allowed yourself to feel that way. No one's making you feel that way. So even if somebody called you a name, they made fun of you, they said something that you felt was offensive, it's basically based off of how you take it. So if you take what they're saying and then you get upset, that's because you are upsetting yourself. Because somebody else could have heard the same exact thing you said. That you heard. Somebody could have, a person could have insulted you and insulted somebody else and used the same insult. And you're upset, but this other person isn't upset. Why? And it's because the other person is taking responsibility for how they feel. So, if you're feeling sad because of what somebody said, if you're feeling upset because, someone called you a name, right? It's not them making you upset. It's you upsetting yourself based off of what they said. So now you're unhappy because you're not taking responsibility for how you feel. Because if you don't take in what they're saying, then you're not going to feel that way, right? But see, if you're taking it in, then you're going to be unhappy. So that's number 2. If you don't take responsibility for how you feel, if you're blaming others for how you feel, you are going to be unhappy. Now, the third reason people are unhappy is because they compare themselves to other people, right? So this sort of, kind of goes along with, trying to pursue happiness, because in a sense, if you're comparing yourself to somebody, you might say, damn, this person has more money than me. So now you feel sort of upset. You feel sad about that fact, right? And the reason why you feel that way is because you want the type of money that person has, or even more. So it's like you're trying to pursue that money and thinking that's going to make you happy. But in this case, what's going on is that you're comparing yourself to this other person. And since this other person has more than you, you feel upset about it. And you want to get to, basically have what that person has. See, anytime you're comparing yourself to someone else, you're always going to find somebody else that's probably doing, better than you, who has more, who, is probably taller than you, who is, who has better clothes, or, what you perceive as better. You understand? Because what's better is an opinion. But, by you comparing yourself to these people, you're always going to be unhappy. So once you stop comparing yourself to other people, then you will, you'll be fine. You wouldn't have to worry about all that, right? Now, the fourth reason why people are unhappy is because they have attachments. So what does that mean? That means that you are attached to something, somebody. You're attached to some idea. And so since you are attached to those things, there's always this feeling of the thing that I'm attached to might go away, or I might not have it anymore. So then there's this like anxiety going on a lot of times, because you're like, well, there's this girl I like and we're dating, and so you're so attached to her. And what happens is that, let's say if she breaks up with you, you're unhappy now because you were so attached to her. You have all this money, you're so attached to the money, so when you lose all your money, you're unhappy because you are so attached to the money, right? So the thing is, if you are not attached to those things, then you're going to be happy even if you don't have those things. See, now it's easier said than done because we're so conditioned to be attached. And then we think that we need these attachments in order to be happy. And if we don't have the thing that we're attached to, then we think we're going to be unhappy. So the thing is that when you basically drop the attachment, that's when you're going to be happy. See, there's nothing wrong with enjoying that girl you're with. There's nothing wrong with enjoying that guy you're with. There's nothing wrong with enjoying that money you have. There's nothing wrong with enjoying those things. But see, what you do is you enjoy it in the moment, and once it's not there anymore, it's not there anymore. You move on. But see, when you're so attached to these things, you can't really even enjoy the moment because you're so you're so filled up with anxiety of that thing you're attached to leaving you, because you associate your happiness with being attached to that thing. So once you drop that attachment, that's when you're going to be happy. Thanks for watching, and please share this video and subscribe, and also click the link below or go to LocarioMotivation.com to get the free audio program, Eliminate Your Insecurity: How to Build Your Self-Esteem and Be Confident.